Hi guys, I'm Sarah Syria and welcome back to my channel. So I've got exciting projects today. The first thing we're going to start with is we're going to take a pillowcase that I had from before and add tassels, which I think gives a little bit of a beachy flair, and a basket that I found. I have no idea where this basket came from, but we're going to take it and we're going to make it into a hanging planter. And I have an artificial plant that I'm going to put in it. I am looking forward to being able to get back to the stores to be able to find sort of maybe a plant that would hang over the edge. Anyway, let's get started. For our first project, we're going to add tassels to this pillow. We will need some macrame, scissors, and this is a lid to a box. So we start out by wrapping the macrame around the lid to the box. I'm kind of going on fast forward here, but you get the picture. You just wrap, wrap, wrap. And I went around 35 times. Now this will make actually 2 tassels. So once we're done wrapping, we can go ahead and cut it off. And then this piece of macrame, we're going to use to tie one of the tassels. So this is why I use the box lid. You can see you can easily slide it underneath. And now we're just going to tie a simple knot. So like I said, this makes 2. So we'll go ahead now and tie the other side. And once we have both sides tied, we can go ahead and cut it. So we're just gonna cut right in the middle. We can always trim the tassels after, but just do your best to figure out where the middle is. Cut the one side. And like I said, the box kind of makes this easier again. And box lid. And now, again, we'll cut in the middle. Make sure you have really sharp scissors. The first time I made this, my scissors were a bit dull and it made it really hard. So now we have the start of our tassel. And we just need to sort of pull all the ends here, trim off any extra long bits, like so. And now we're ready to wrap the top to create our tassel. So cut a good length of macrame because we are going to go around a couple times. And we're simply going to gather the top up and tie the macrame around. Again, this is all to taste where exactly you want to have it gather. And like I said, I'm going to wrap it around a few times because I like that look. I think it's a nice finished look, but you could even just tie the one. Okay, so now we just finished the knot. And once you're done that, we're going to take one of the strands from the knot and wrap it around. Now, before I even do that, I'm pulling some that are a little bit kind of off. So you just pull at all the different strands to get it all even at the top. And it's better to do that now than once you have it really secured with the multiple wrap. So I've pulled them all straight. There we are. And I can begin wrapping with the one side of the string and the macrame. And just wrap around a few times, nice and tight. And then we're just going to tie another knot. So using the other end, you just tie a knot. Get nice and tight. You might want to get someone to help you and put their finger in there to hold it. And there you have it. Your tassel is complete. So we've got some extra strands here, so I'm just going to trim it off. And there we are. One down, 3 to go. So luckily I already made a few. And once you have them all done, you might want to trim them for consistency to make sure they're all sort of the same length. So I'm just trimming here a little bit of the extra off. And now it's time to attach. So here's my pillow. I'm going to remove the inner pillow from the case. And we're going to sew on our tassels. So to make sort of an end piece to sew to the pillow, I'm tying a knot. And then I'm going to stitch the knot to the corner of the pillow. So just cut off any excess. And then we're ready to sew it. So I am not, I'm not much of a sewer. It's not one of my strong skills. So I'm just kind of making this up as I go. So I've actually pulled the needle through the pillowcase at this point, and then I'm just sort of stitching through back and forth. If anyone wants to leave some comments below on a better way to do this, or type of stitch to use, or even recommendation on type of thread, that kind of thing, that would be great. I'm actually using dollar store needle and thread as well. It seems to work okay. And so here I'm just stitching, just putting as many stitches as I can get in to make it nice and secure. And there we have it, our finished tassel attached. So now we'll go ahead and attach the other 3 and took a little longer than I expected, so I'm making this into a 2-part series. So check out my next video for the hanging basket.